Meaning, once in the week, like class break, send you something maybe on a Saturday or Sunday, or of course you don't understand, so maybe send us a video of that section or something.
What don't you understand?
Yo.
Then you haven't been following.
That's why the class is
Then you haven't been following. It's very simple, very easy. It is. It really is.
Yeah, you just have to get.
You need to be fully focused with
Yeah, of course. What is it that you're struggling with? You can't tell me everything. That means you haven't been here. That means you haven't followed the videos. That means you haven't been in class. That means you haven't been listening.
And the videos help me.
Yeah, or even like go to YouTube, there's like short little videos. And they're showing everything.
Right, so community management. Okay, so now you've got a blog. You should have a logo, as well as a header image, as well as widgets. You should have an about page, a contact page, and you should have 2 blog posts. One blog post is just a normal blog post about something in your industry. The other blog post is an SEO integrated blog post where you've got a keyword from Google Trends that you've integrated into your entire blog post and all the different areas I mentioned last week. Now, community management. The whole point of obviously setting up a blog and writing content is that people are going to come to your blog and comment. You want to create a community. So you need to manage that community. And today we're going to talk about what does it mean to manage your community. So an online community manager builds, grows, and manages online communities. Duh. They manage a community often around a brand or a cause. A brand's online audience is considered their community. Community management is therefore the relational management of your followers or audience online. And one of the major opportunities, job-wise, for marketing students is online community management. Okay? Online community management. Right. So, brands interact with their audience through a community manager. A community manager is the touch point between the brand and its online audience. It's a very important role for brands these days. It's also a role that's become an integral part of our brand's marketing strategy today. It plays a significant role in the retention of existing customers. Your customers now become your community. Do you see how we've gone from customers to community? It's no longer just my customers. It's now we've got a buzzing community that we're providing content for, that's giving us feedback, that's creating content for us. It's a whole different ballgame now. If you remember from first year, where I taught you the different marketing orientations, we started off in the early 1900s with production, then we moved to product, then to sales, then to marketing, then to societal marketing, and now we've moved into relationship marketing. It's all about building relationships and maintaining those relationships. Okay, so there's a difference between a social media manager and a community manager. Okay, a social media manager deals with social media channels only. For example, if there's a post on Facebook, they respond. If there's posts on Twitter, they reply. And maybe on Instagram, and so forth. Okay? They represent the brand and the product through social media. A community manager is much broader than just a social media manager. Okay? A community manager focuses on building communities around the product or service. To put it simpler, they make sure that there's people that care about the product and that contribute, listen to this word, to the ecosystem of that brand, the ecosystem. Because people are making conversation, they're giving responses, they're taking photos of themselves and the product, they're uploading it online, they're giving advice to other people who've got the product, they're putting up reviews. That's a community of people around the product. So they're not just replying to a Facebook message, they're thinking about how can we develop a community around this brand and around this product. They do, of course, In their job, they do social media management as well. A community manager will also engage in social media management, but it's one part of, if I can put it to you this way, community management is more strategic. Social media management is more just operational. Someone says something, I respond. But yeah, as marketing students in digital, if you go into digital, it is most likely you will start in social media management, and if you progress and if you grow, if you understand digital marketing in bigger ways, you can progress to becoming a community manager. Alright, the benefits of community management: brands become relatable. Once a passive audience that just received marketing messages can now become engaged. It can help you grow your community and therefore translate into loyal customers because they love being part of this community. It can increase to sales and leads. You can build an online presence and go beyond your primary objective of just making sales. And it's a great way to measure the effectiveness of your brand. So you guys did a bit of branding last year, brand awareness, brand equity. So checking who's involved in our community is a great way to determine, is our brand actually working? Is our brand messaging working? Okay. The qualities of a community manager. The qualities of a community manager. Okay. Someone who is woke. That's a word, trending word, isn't it? Someone who's present. Needs to be at the top of the latest trends in that industry. Responds promptly. Always acknowledges the responses of audience. So you don't just say, if someone gives a negative, comment, you don't just say, oh, that's rubbish. You say, thank you for your comment. And then you get into your explanation of, defending the brand or whatever. Remain contextual. Respond seriously to complaints and to quirky comments. Okay? Remember, you are building relationships also, so have fun. That's important. Okay. Be nice. A community manager's job is to build relationships, listen, to help the community members, and steer the discussions. So you don't want to be the only one giving input. This is important. You want the community members to talk to each other as well, and you kind of help steer the conversation. It's important to set standards in the community and be firm but be nice and make your positive attitude contagious. Crisis management. Sometimes it happens that there's a crisis in social media. I'm sure you have seen social media crises before where people have they get into an emotional state and they just post something on Twitter, on Facebook, and then it explodes. Who? Right, there we go, Khloe Kardashian, depending on which circles you're in. I don't even know who that is, but okay. I know Kim, I don't know Khloe. Who's Khloe? She's the sister. How many sisters are there?
5.
Did you say too many? So what is going on?
So the boyfriend and the father of the child cheat on her for the second time with her sister's best friend.
Do you think it's real though? This Kardashian stuff. I think it's like WWE.
Yes, make it down.
It's like WWE.
This weekend, she was like crazy on Twitter about this situation. Yeah. And people like went against her because she wasn't saying common sense.
I see. Well, there you go. Crisis for the Kardashians. Oh dear. What do we do? Okay. So what do? When your brand's being trashed online, that's a crisis. Okay? So you have to attend to it immediately. This type of area of marketing is known as what? Which area of marketing communications is all of this kind of connected to? Yes, public relations. But it's a new type of public relations. It's more social. It's not just putting out a press release. It's responding to every single person's comment in a unique and relatable way. It's become much more involved. So you must attend to it immediately. It can take the form of nasty comments, users seeking you to respond about serious issues. Woolworths and the baby carrier, I'm not sure about that example, but that's an example. Does anyone know about what happened there? Maybe a better one is...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about it. respond in a serious tone, and sometimes what's important. What happened? Oh, so what happened?
Apparently, was saying baby carriers were very similar to other things.
But selling it at a much higher price, or what?
I'm not sure. Yeah, they did that one, but they did like the exact one.
So I copied it basically.
Yeah.
I see. There you go. So what do they do with that? Sometimes you must just say, I'm sorry. But
They've
yeah.
stopped selling them though.
Oh, they've stopped. Oh, okay. That's how they've responded. This is an interesting one. If things become serious, sometimes it's important to take them off of that public platform and discuss it more one-on-one using DMs in Twitter and other tools on email and so forth. Okay, nobody ever wins a fight. It can feel good, and this is important. It can feel good to get the best of a troll, but there will always be another. Especially on your blog, if someone's trolling you, if someone's going crazy, it's important how you respond. Why is it important how you respond? They might not change, but why is it important that how you respond? For who is it important? For everyone else that's reading your comments. Okay? For everyone else that's reading your comments. Okay. Never get caught up in the anger of someone who only seeks to throw bombs or attack others. They're just actually taunting you to fight. You can, with your blogs, if someone gives a negative, terribly bad, attacking comment, you can just delete it. You don't have to approve it. Okay, on your blogs. Okay. See, community members will also look at your tone. They will kind of copy your tone. So if you're rude and you attack, then they will do the same. And some will just leave. Okay. Okay, no matter your community, business, hobby, internal, external, or no matter your brand, members join to learn from one another, to share best practices and help each other solve problems. No one wants to read a person's rants or get attacked over their opinion. So if you are getting opinions from your readers, don't attack their opinion. Say, wow, thanks for that opinion. I never thought of that. You really need to be not so thin-skinned if you're a community manager and if you're hosting a blog. A bad environment will not only hinder discussion, it will destroy your membership. Okay, tips from community managers. If you're building a brand community, please do your homework first, is what they say. Take the time to research your customers and your target community members. Learn who they are, what they do, how they think. We've discussed this before, but I want to reiterate it again. It's about your target audience. Everything you do as a community builder should be about the community. Everything. You should be giving to your community members far more than what you're receiving from them. Here's some more comments. Listen to your audience. Take time to get to know your community. Listen and empathize. Ask questions. That's from Shannon B on Twitter. Treat every community member as a rock star. Have a strategy and expectations and be patient. DJK SAR. Be present, available to your community, consistently provide resources and knowledge. Share your joys and excitements, things that you experience in life connected to your brand, which is great. Share it with them. Okay. Engage with your community. Check in with them often. Keep in touch with the community. Email, social, whatever they prefer. Check this out. As a community managers, we are in the business of customer service. Good customer service always starts with attentiveness, being attentive to what they're interested in. Be where your audience is. This is important. If your audience is on Twitter, open a Twitter account and start getting involved in Twitter. If your audience is on Facebook, use Facebook. If your audience is on Instagram, use Instagram. Use the tools that your audience uses. Like fashion would probably be on, Instagram. Right. More kind of business-oriented people would probably be on Twitter and LinkedIn. So, yeah. Random social would just be Facebook. Okay. Build a strong community. Relationships between the community members is important, where they can feel safe to contribute. That's important. A strong community is one that supports and helps its members no matter what, and the members support one another. That's important. That's when you've got a good community going, is where you no longer have to comment on everything. You put out a post, and the community members comment, and they comment on each other's posts, and then you just steer the conversations. That's when your community is really buzzing. Setting community guidelines up front, being consistent, creating helpful conversations, and often even having offline meetups. What you can say is, there's a guy who runs a blog in South Africa about race relations, who's really a really good community manager. His blog is brettfish.co.za. You can go and learn from him. So what he will often do is, he doesn't just blog, he also does Facebook, what are they called? The video, Facebook Live, and he will often also, you can go and check out his blog. He also, what he does is, if he's in an area, let's say he's in Cape Town, he will put out a shout out to all his followers and say, I'm going to be in this cafe for the next 2 hours, let's have a conversation about this aspect of race relations. Come, anyone who's available. Or if you just want to chat and meet up, I'm going to be here for the afternoon, come. So then that's a way to meet offline with your community and engage relating to your topic. For example, the people in fashion can, go window shopping together. Or go to a workshop, go to like a conference, not a conference, what are those things called where there's all the different stalls. It's like a conference, I don't know, like a workshop or whatever. Okay, right, so WordPress community management, it starts with writing comment-worthy content. We've discussed this before, but I want to say it again. A blog is more than just the content within your posts. A great blog influences readers, reaches out to the community, and sparks dialogue. Will also promote interactions between readers. That's great, blog posts do that. These interactions won't just be limited to your readers will likely interact with each other as well. You can build following and a community through social media. Take a look at successful blogs that you follow. As I've said, check out his blog. Actually, sorry, that should be 2 T's, not 1. Okay. Right, expand your community using all the various social media options. Okay, encourage people to leave comments. That's very important. Invite interaction. This means writing in a conversational tone. Invite others to... I'm going to be checking for this, by the way. Every single one of your blog posts, I'm going to be checking. Some of them might not lend themselves to commentary, but most of them should, because that's what a community and a blog is all about. So I'm going to be checking your blog posts. Do they encourage interaction, and how do they do that? And are you using different varieties in your different blog posts, or are you just asking at the bottom every time, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? That's just one way. You need to use different ways. For example, ask them to comment. Ask specific questions. What do you think about this specific question? Write posts that are purely questions. You can check out the example there. I'll be sending this PowerPoint of a blog post that is just a question. Set a challenge. There's another example. So for example, if you're in fashion, you can set a challenge of who can do the best hair plait, for example. I don't know. And then take a photo and send it to this, and then I will put all of them up on my blog. In the next blog post, you put up all those photos and you choose a winner, for example. That's a challenge. That's inviting interaction. Yes?
I can also say questions. Can something be too sensitive, or must it be sensitive, like the stuff I post? Must it be like for all types of readers or reader friendly? Because I see you can't really put it over 18.
No. Yeah, man, what kind of post do you want to
Go to my WordPress.
Just remember who your target audience is, that's the key.
Yeah, almost like that.
Okay, Tell readers about the community. There's an example there. Invite interaction off the blog, like on Facebook. It's good to have a Facebook page or to even use your Facebook profile to engage your blog or to engage your readers. Put your readers in the spotlight. This is a nice one. Most blogs keep the blogger on the stage with the microphone. Listen carefully. But what would happen if you allow your readers onto the stage? Shh. Focus. Get the readers onto the stage. Let your readers write a blog post that you then publish. Let them write a piece about their life that you then publish. Get them onto the stage. Okay, let them share the limelight. Okay, so how do you put readers in the spotlight? Promote a comment. If they've made a really good comment, listen carefully, if they've made a really good comment on your previous post, you take that comment, you publish it as a new post, and then you comment on their comment. So you say, someone made a really good comment, I think it's really important that we all listen to this. You put it there, and then you say, these are some of the thoughts, what are your thoughts? And then you get people to comment again, yes.
WordPress, doesn't they have a section where you can see like updates from, let's say, a blog section follow?
Yeah.
Where do you find
Videos.
video?
There's a video that explains that.
Yeah, but
Okay, I didn't see that video.
you can
Okay.
actually share the blogs and stuff that you follow on your own blog.
Yeah,
So
you
you
can
should
repost.
repost, like
Yeah.
your followers will see what
Blogs you follow. Okay, send your readers to comment on someone else's blog, that's important. Go and comment, this person has great blog posts, go and comment there. Give readers an opportunity to promote themselves. Run a reader poll, highlight answers in follow-up posts, invite guest posts, invite your readers to promote their social networks. Okay, WordPress comment management. It's all about comment management. Okay? So, how do you get the most out of your comments? Do some basic comment management, including verifying that the comments feature is activated on your blog. It should be. Every blog post, if you see at the bottom, you should see a comment section. Ensuring that your comments are configured to look great with a chosen theme. Make sure that you like the way the comment section works. Actively ask readers to leave comments. Reply and answer their questions. Invite your readers to reply to one another's comments. So what you could do is, you could comment, and then you could say, and let's say someone else has already been commenting, you can even ask that person, hey, this is my take, but hey, this person that's been commenting, what do you think on this person's comment? Like, you kind of want to generate that ongoing conversation. So this is what the comment section looks like. You will see here that they can log in or they can comment using their WordPress account, their Google account, their Twitter account, or their Facebook account. And then it's important to encourage them to click this, notify me of new comments via email. So then if there's a new comment to this thread, it will let them know. Then they can comment again. Okay? Receive comment notifications. Download the WordPress app on your phone. Okay? So that you will instantly be told about comments. Then you can respond to them using your phone. You can even make posts using your phone. Okay. Right. One last tip. Don't always respond. If you've got a thread going, a comment thread going, don't always respond immediately. Just give a little bit of time to see if someone else who's been commenting in that thread will respond first. So then that creates that situation where your readers are now commenting on one another's posts and they're creating this community. So if no one comments, then you comment. So you can use that sometimes. It depends on the comment. And lastly, comments can take your blog from good to great. Effective comment management can make readers more loyal to your blog. Loyalty is partly what drives readers to visit your site more often because they want to connect with other people that share similar interests. It can help you build a community which makes your blog greater than the sum of its parts. It might also legitimize you as an expert. Your comments will legitimize you as an expert. If you give good, thoughtful, wise comments, it will show that you're something of an expert in that field. And it will mean that readers will think of you as a place that they can come to when they have questions. Okay, and here are some books that are recommended for community building and marketing today that you can have a look at. I'll send this PowerPoint. This is the one I've read. It's really good. It's just about this idea that marketing today is about building tribes. We need you to lead us, is the tagline. And then some other references over here, or references and some other resources that I've included that you can have a look at. Okay, so, for next week, you need to comment on other people's blog posts. And you need to respond thoughtfully to comments on your blog post. This is very important. You need to comment on people's blog posts, but not just, hello, that's a great post, smiley face. You need to give a thoughtful comment. You need to actually read their blog post and give a thoughtful comment. Then, when someone comments on your blog, you need to give a thoughtful response. Okay? And I'm obviously going to be checking this. So you're going to have to send me, all of you are going to have to send me your blogs. I'm going to put, sorry? Very possibly. And I'm going to obviously be reading your comments and your blog posts, because now you've done everything that needs to be done to set up your blog. Now it's time to get readers to comment. Okay? So it's go time. So you're going to have to send me your blogs. I'm going to put them in an Excel spreadsheet next to your name, and then I'm going to send them out to everyone. But also, obviously, you can promote your own blog within your group. Maybe that's the best way for you guys to do it. You guys have a WhatsApp group, don't you? To promote your blogs and to get people to comment and to comment on other people's blogs. But I'm going to obviously need to see your blogs because it's time now for me to look at them properly. So, you're going to have to, I think the best way is that you guys email them to me. No, the best way is on Facebook. I'm going to put up a post on Facebook and you're going to reply to that post with your blog address. Then it's easier for me. Then I don't have to check out a million emails. Okay. What am I going to on 7 now? So I'm going to do that now. And you're going to put up your blogs. Okay. And then by next week, I would like you to comment, thoughtfully comment on at least 5 blog posts of other blogs. At least 5. And what you can do is you can do like a swapping, like I'll comment on yours, you can comment on mine. Remember thoughtful comments. And then obviously respond. Okay, so that is it for this week. Next week we're going to be looking at blog management. And then next term we will start with engagement using social media. Okay. That's all.
That's fine.
For now.
Email it to me.
No. You're not going